Hi Gemini, welcome back. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. There were a lot of messages coming through, so I did some card layouts first on the table. I also thought about like my own stories that I was going to share, blah, blah, blah. And the main bullet points that are coming out immediately for you guys is how important it is to get some rest, and that taking it easy if you can, and watching an old comedy that you love that you haven't seen in a long time coming through, or you could have been doing that recently, in which case this is like a validation, like, yes, that's perfect. And then as I was kind of getting into more things, it started to get more like indecisive. And I was thinking, is this a normal Gemini thing? Which it could for sure be. Like, I want to do this, but I also want to do this. And they're kind of like two different directions. And one of them being like work, especially if you feel really animated or passionate or excited, or you really enjoy what you do. And it'd be really nice to take a nap or like cozy up and watch a comedy and to receive some of your own lighthearted laughter type medicine. Because typically for me, when I think of Gemini, there's a lot of lighthearted energy, butterfly, social butterfly, laughter, kind of vibes. So on the table, we have life purpose, prioritize, breathe, you know what to do, which when I kept laying everything out and it's like there's divine order, there's innocence, there's listen, heart chakra, relationship harmony, all is well. Okay, these were the first cards that all came out. And I just love this color so much, especially for Gemini. I really got that in the new moon in Aquarius reading. So this is for February. Although this is timeless. So if you're seeing this at any point in time and this is resonating for you, there are probably messages. So you can sit back and enjoy, right? Like, but definitely this whole energy of, even if you truly are really stoked on what you're doing and you feel like you need to prioritize that right now and that you need to focus on work, to also reflect on when was the last time you gave yourself some rest and some time off. Because if it's been a while since you've given yourself rest and time off, the message for you is to do that. I really contemplated just not recording it all today and taking a day off. And I'm still going to give myself the evening off. And I'm going to sit and watch Troop Beverly Hills, which I haven't seen in a very long time. And that's kind of what got me going around this. Plus, I do have the Four of Swords here, on top of the Ten of Swords, on top of the Seven of Wands, on top of the Star in reverse. So I'm looking at that. I'm also seeing this animal card here. And for me, that means like spending some quality time. Like, animals are so healing, and I'm just feeling like you definitely could take some time off. But I'm also feeling this interest in what you're pursuing. So let's say you do some work and you don't like it. Then this is a cut and dry message for you, Gemini, to take a break today. When you're seeing this, if you can, or take a few hours off, or if you can squeeze in a nap, like if your priorities are literally telling you you have a lot to do, then to do your best when you're done with work for today to get a really good night's sleep. Do some stretching or foam rolling or relaxation or meditation, or again, like I really, for you, am seeing this. Watch an old nostalgic movie that's going to lighten you up and make you laugh. Now, for the Geminis that I'm speaking to that feel this like, I really could take some time off, but I also really want to work. Because that was my dilemma. And I'm here. I'm filming. I'm recording. And I'm not listening to that advice and finding myself yawning. And so it's so important that you do prioritize rest, because it's going to enable you to do much better work. So as I was seeing all these cards and I was like, okay, I'll pull some The Universe Has Your Back deck from Gabrielle Bernstein. And 2 flew out, and it says, I honor how I want to feel, which Gemini is usually all about thinking, not necessarily feeling. And the other one is, the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. And on the bottom of that deck was, happiness is my birthright. So I'm feeling like you could be running on like 30% or 40%. Like our phone, we can still do things when it's at like 30 or 40%. But you also know you're going to have to plug it in and recharge it fairly, in the near future. So I'm feeling like that's where you're at right now, that you could still bust out more work. But you might find yourself running on empty, and Spirit is telling me to tell you, and Spirit's probably telling you, that you don't need to completely get to 1% left or 0 and shut down to rest and take a break. So since I started the more I was overthinking this and laying out cards that are prioritize and your life purpose and you know what to do. But then it's well, you know what to do, and moves into listen and breathe and all is well. And honoring how you want to feel over thinking about what you need. So I'm okay, let me pull out this life purpose career deck, since this seems to be the indecision points. Resting or working. I love what I do, but I'd love to take a break. And I got Talk to Your Angels. This is the career deck. This is the life purpose career deck. And it just says talk to your angels. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. And I feel you guys are not necessarily, a lot of you are not in a position where if you take a break, you're worried about not producing work. You might be. And you're being very heavily guided to not worry about it. All is well. So if you're up in your head, or you're running some old programmings, some old conditionings that are telling you need to work, and you need to work hard to earn your living, whether you love what you do or you don't, that you're being asked to upgrade your device. Meaning the programming needs to be upgraded, up-leveled. All this phone symbolism. When your phone is ready for an upgrade, you know, it's like, do you want us to do this in the middle of the night while your phone is plugged in? Because that's going to be the best time to do. Like, there's like you won't be able to work while you're going through this upgrade. I mean, that's what's happening. You don't even realize that you're about to be upgraded, uploading, able to download more, able to do more. But you have to kind of like shut it down for a bit and rest and recuperate so these uploads can come in. And that might be what you're worried about, is like, it might not be the most ideal time. Like, this is like midday on a Wednesday that I'm recording this, which is usually when 11:11 on the clock. Usually when most people are working or at work. So if you can take a sick day, if you can take a mental health day or a rest day, even though you're not sick, or there's not like an obvious, like you could feel a little guilty about like taking some time off because there's not an obvious reason. Maybe you love what you do, but you can't like take your time off because of a coworker or a boss or a client or something has expectations. But you know that the quality of what you can end up giving them will be incredibly enhanced if you can allow yourself to not feel guilty about taking a day off. Obviously, you know what's best for you. You know what to do. Okay, so then talk to your angels, which I had already intuited to pull out my Archangel Tarot deck, which I have not touched in years. Haven't worked with this deck in so long. And the first card to come out says, you know exactly what to do. This is the Queen of Swords in this deck. So I'm feeling like it's really important for me to give this message, even though it's ended up being kind of confusing for me and I'm overthinking it, which is exactly what this is saying. Whereas like feelings are like, you could totally take the day off. And I bet a lot of you know that you could. And it would be fine. But there's some old conditioning telling you that, well, if you're not sick, you can't take a day off. Or you could have like, I don't know. There's something about overthinking things or thinking that you have to keep plugging away when honestly you just need to like stop and plug in and recharge and allow this upgrade to happen. So we got Two of Michael, which is Two of Swords. It will all be better if you just make a decision over analyzing a problem, find a compromise. Page of Michael, Page of Swords. An exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. There's an owl here in this card. Got unicorns and owls and a dove. Yellow roses. This has a lot of clouds in it though. He's flying a kite. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. And then the Lovers came out, which is a choice. Doesn't always have to indicate a romantic relationship. It can be a choice. And it is one of those major arcana for you, Gemini, anyway. Oh, and then oh man, I'm jumping all over the place. Okay, hold on. You tend to do this to me. Make choices from your heart. Deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. So you had heart chakra come out. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart. as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. We also had relationship harmony come out. Archangel Raguel. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. Again, you could have someone on the other end of what you do for work that's like, it has expectations. And you might be understanding that, like, even though you love doing what you're doing, I feel like that's the case for most of you tuning in, but it doesn't have to be, right? And if you don't like what you're doing, then this is even more like review those contracts. Where you go, honey. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. It just sounds like you're meant to take a break, hon. You're meant to take a break. And in the past here, we had the Knight of Gabrielle, which is the Knight of Wands. And it's time to take action, great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. I feel like you have such strong passion around how you show up, especially in a career mode or work mode, how you identify with what you do. It's a lot of 10th house energy. And the hardest part with 10th house energy is finding, like, that's Capricorn traditionally. And it's like, the 10th house Capricorn energy here that I'm speaking of. So as soon as you achieve something, there's not that much time to, like, acknowledge yourself and what you've done and celebrate and, like, take a break and, like, enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's like, achievement, keep going. Next achievement. Oh, achieved that too. Keep going. Next achievement. And there's this pattern that gets ingrained of, like, just keep doing, producing, work. Especially if you have some Capricorn in your chart. Everyone has Capricorn in their chart. Everyone has Gemini in their chart. It would be good to give yourself a little mini celebration. And not like fire sign celebration where we're like, yeah, let's go and party. Or like, let's go and like do fun things. Although if that speaks to you and that's how you can get, it feels more watery and earthy. It feels like actually taking some time away from people, which is also not typically Gemini's forte. If you've got water prominently in your chart, this will be a lot easier for you. Also, check out where water signs fall in your birth chart and houses. If you want to learn more about astrology, there are a lot of astrologers out there. And I have a channel, and it's my name, and it's Confidence of Simpson Astrology. And I did put in an overview video of the different houses and what they represent. But you can also just Google it, which Gemini is amazing at Googling things. Yeah. Six of Michael, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans. Relocation or travel. Gosh, can you guys take like an actual like weekend off or week off and go somewhere? That could be so rejuvenating for you as well, Gemini. But I'm really like, very, very tempted to tell you to cozy up, cuddle up on the couch with your dog or cat or your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or partner or kids, like the ones that you feel very at home at and at ease with. This isn't necessarily the time to take a break to go out and socialize or like share your energy with others. I'm feeling like that's part of what you do for work. And that you really should be taking some time for yourself and to connect with nature and to, like, again, watch that lighthearted movie that's going to make you laugh. Does this land? Does this make sense, Mr. and Mrs. Gemini? Oh, and then the other story that was coming up that I wanted to share was around Greek mythology, Roman mythology. And it's Castor and Pollux, or Polydeuces is also a name for this. And they're the twins. And like, there's a lot. I mean, this is my mythology book that I'm like reading. Apparently it's like a really good one. All the reviews told me to get this one. Edith Hamilton mythology. Look at him shooting an arrow from the Pegasus. And you can read about it if you want to get this book. It's like page 46, 47, and it's all about Castor and Pollux. And essentially, these two lesser gods of the earth, they're Zeus's sons, and one of them dies and the other one's upset, and anytime people get upset, they go to Zeus, and Zeus solves it for them somehow, some way. Maybe not in the way that they expect. So you also look at where Jupiter is in your chart. Let's talk with Jupiter for a second. Jupiter is Zeus, okay? Jupiter is the Greek name for Zeus, and Zeus is the Roman name for Jupiter. And Zeus basically is like, okay, well, you can't, like, we'll bring him back. Even this book is saying there are a lot of different variations on this mythology. But essentially, in the end, they're able to, like, live again, but they have to spend half their time in heaven and half their time in earth. And so it talks about how, like, in some of the stories, they're split, they're separated, and one's in, like, heaven and one's in the earth realm, and then they switch places, but they can, like, never be together. And then in other accounts, they can be together, but they have to spend one day up at Olympus and the other day down in, like, the underworld. And they go back and forth. And so I just want to say this because it ties into the water theme, because they're basically the protectors of sailors. Let me just read this. The late Greek writer Lucian gives another version, in which their dwelling places are heaven and earth, and when Pollux goes to one, Castor goes to the other, so that they are never with each other. In Lucian's little satire, Apollo asks Hermes, I say, why do we never see Castor and Pollux at the same time? Well, Hermes replies, they are so fond of each other that when fate decreed one of them must die and only one be immortal, they decided to share immortality between them. Not very wise, Hermes. What proper employment can they engage in that way? I foretell the future. Aesculapius cures diseases. You are a good messenger. But these two... Okay, what? But these two, never mind, don't worry about that. Aesculapius, I don't know what that is. Who that is. But these two, they to idle away their whole time? Like, this guy is basically asking Hermes, like, well, what kind of life is that if they can't work? Isn't that interesting? This is tying in. Not surely they're in Poseidon's service, which is Neptune. Their business is to save any ships in distress. Ah, now you say something. I'm delighted they're in such good business. And 2 stars were supposed to be theirs, the Gemini, the twins. They were always represented as riding splendid snow-white horses, but Homer distinguishes Castor above Pollux for horsemanship. And then it goes straight into other types of lesser important gods. And I'm like, that's it? I don't know. So the reason why I bring that up is because these twins were back and forth. And because of the way that things happened with one dying and the other being immortal and them wanting to share that immortality together, that they end up going back and forth between the underworld or the earth and heavens. And Neptune, Poseidon, the ocean, is in between Hades, underworld, and Olympus, where Zeus resides, which also includes the earth realm. Zeus, so Jupiter, Pluto, and Neptune, also known as Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. It's such a mind F. They're brothers. And they have these 3 different parts of the earth and the heavens that they reside over, but Zeus, Jupiter, resides over all of them. Like, Zeus is the head honcho. Jupiter's the main god. Main god. Okay? Most important god. And I hope you're enjoying this. It's definitely a mind F, like, thinking about all of this and talking about all of this, but I love studying mythology. And the reason why I bring all of this up is because I want you to lean into the water element energy. As you're figuring out, like, should I work or should I rest? Should I stay or should I go? Because that's also a part of this too. With some of you, it's time to really review your contracts with your job and see if it's truly actually the right alignment for you. I feel like what you do is, but who you work for might not be. So, and if that's the case and you have Libra in your chart, check out the Libra reading as well, because there could be some of that crosses over for sure. But Pollux and Castor, who were going to have the constellation Gemini named after them, and I'm going to do more research and be like, what happened to them? Like, what? The mythology doesn't just end. Now, that is only page 47 into this book that's 400 plus pages, 463 plus pages long. So who knows? We might dip back into it more. But there's a huge, you could spend more time near the ocean to rest. You could spend time with horses. If you have access to horses, that's going to be a very, very small percentage of you. But genuinely, like, you need to, like, lighten up around the whole, like, needing. 2727 was on the timer there. Gotta lighten up around the whole, like, I must do. And what you're being asked to do is be and rest. I'm going to pull some angel therapy cards. And I don't know, we might not be pulling any tarot. Oh, we did pull tarot. It just was the Archangel Tarot. So also a lot of Archangel Michael coming out. And Archangel Michael is the bodyguard and he's the protector. And you could ask him to protect you in the sense of, like, if you're feeling worried or, like, ick around, like, taking time for yourself, which it sounds like you deserve. It sounds like you've been working really hard. And I don't care if it's that you love what you do. I mean, I actually do. I actually care about that a lot. And that makes me very happy. But, like, for me also, like, I should be just resting today, apparently. But I love doing this. And it lights me up. But you can't just, like, fully get lit up and rejuvenated by work 100% of the time. You also need to lean into literal rest and spending time with those that bring relationship harmony to you. Yes. Yes. Do we get it? 29 minutes in? Yes. All right. Okay. Angels. Okay. Angels and guides. Thank you for giving us, Gemini, some messages around resting. Got parents. Spending time with family. Cancel, clear, delete. There's Archangel Michael again. Okay. The divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. The angels are helping you heal from pain associated with your mother or father. That could be for some of you. Take it how it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. But also, I'm being guided to say, it'd be cool if you could spend some time with your family, your parents. Maybe go and like hang out. If that's something that you don't do all the time and you have access, you're able to go and see them. Not everyone has their parents here, so it could also be spending time with people that are like your chosen parents, people that have more wisdom, maybe seeking counsel from them around this, maybe just literally just hanging out. I feel like a lot of hangout energy, but with the people close to you. This is not a time to go socialize, Gemini, social butterfly. Cancel, clear, delete. Use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. Talk to your angels instead of worrying. Ask for divine guidance. Breathe. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. You're being upgraded. That noise that I'm making, I've made it a few times in this video. It's one of my like calming noises. My nervous system really likes it. So it's also a message that like, as you allow yourself to like chill out, again, I'm just saying the same things over and over again. You are getting uploaded, upgraded. I don't even know what the actual terminology is for when like our phones tell us there's like, you have it's time for your phone to upgrade. I don't know what that even is. Mediumship. You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. For some of you, it is that your parents have passed. And for some of you, it's that you are about to receive new gifts, new intuitive gifts, especially all that water energy that I'm picking up. Look and see where Jupiter is in your chart. Look and see where Neptune is in your chart, what signs they're in, because that can give you some really cool insight into your own unique signature that's yours always, that you can always go into your birth chart to learn a ton about yourself and how your energy wants to flow. There's a flowing coming in. One more card, please. Thank you, angels and guides. Archangel Raphael. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. You guys need rest. You need time to... I don't see it as like a healing... Like, you're not sick, most of you. You're not sick. You're not like at 0%. This isn't something where you're obviously needing rest. It's that you are being guided to take some time off so you can get upgraded. Because you have new gifts coming in. Power animal. Your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with the situation. Which is, yes. Yeah, the last deck. I pulled out 3 decks to use in this video that I haven't worked with in years. And this is the third one. So the first one was the Gabrielle Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back deck. The next one was the Archangel Power Tarot. Archangel Power Tarot cards by a lady who does not do this anymore. So it's kind of cool. And then this is the Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen D. Farmer. I love the texture of this deck. You should just get 1 card, please, Spirit, for Gemini to wrap this reading up. Thank you for letting these messages be clear and understandable. Beautiful boar. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage. You will emerge victorious. I think that you need to have confidence and courage in making the decision to take some time for yourself. It's on the bottom of the deck. We have Manatee and Snow Leopard. Take some time out of your usual life and spend it in solitude. Accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. Yeah, I feel like that boar energy is like that old programming to be aware of. Like trying to face your problems head on. Spirit's saying, no, go rest. All right, chimpanzee. We'll close it on this. Use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answers to your questions. You know what to do. You know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. I really hope this helps, Gemini. Let me know in the comments below. Beautiful energy as always. This color just, it like sings to me for you guys. These light blues. Oh my God. Also, that's like beautiful, like tranquil, soothing colors. Anyway, that's it. We're done. See you in the next video.